Greetings, YouTubers. It's Ultra Maximus here, and I want to talk about Botcon 2011. There was some information that was posted on TFW2005.com. I thought was pretty interesting, and just kind of want to talk about it and get your opinions on it. Earlier, there was a posting. I'm looking at it right here. It says the Botcon 2011 convention sets theme is almost here. Big hint. Issue 37 of the Transformer Collectors Club magazine, followed by just realized so many stories and or TF continuities as a whole were told in installments for seasons of 3. Well, get ready for season 3.5. That led to a lot of speculation, a lot of stuff on the boards there. Some people thinking it's Generation 1, some people thinking it's Beast Wars, some people thinking it's Transformers Animated. Really, that's an interesting kind of theme. Very cool stuff. Because a little bit later, Twitter Botcon put out a note here. It says on a Botcon updated Twitter page with Velociraptor at TFW 2005 nailed it. Cat's out of the bag. It seems as though the 2005 board member Velociraptor who said the figures will be very animated with a capital A. Pretty darn blatant. Okay, got the answer after a fun-filled search throughout the last day or so. That tweet was quickly followed by Botcon 2011 will feature Transformers Animated. Okay, and Derek J. Wyatt was instrumental in Botcon 2011 convention set. So every animated fan will want this set. More details to come at botcon.com. Now I got a couple pictures, some logos. Can I talk about that? Very excited. Transformers Animated, one of my favorite series. Absolutely. I wanted to see more figures out of the Transformers Animated line. There were a few on the Ironhide box, Cybertronian mode, the Toys R Us exclusive, that didn't come out, I believe. Like there was a Wasp, Renegade Wasp, I think is what he's called, and there was another Oil Slick and Blur repaint it looked like. I don't recall those figures coming out. If they did, somebody let me know, but I think the toy franchise died before those figures came out. So, what figures could they be? I want to talk about the logo, an interesting thing on the website for Botcon itself I want to talk about, and then, let's talk about what kind of figures we could possibly see. Looks pretty cool so far. I'm waiting for more information to come. Alright, so here is the 2011 Botcon official logo that was released. It's an Autobot symbol, red colors, very reminiscent of the 2010 and 2009 logos, which I'll pull up and talk about those. Pretty basic, pretty cool. It's an exact mirror image of the 2010 one with the Decepticon logo. So no big surprises here. Very cool, and I think they did a good job with that. The Botcon 2010 official logo, Decepticon, again, just like the 2011 one, except we have a Decepticon logo. So it's kind of continuing that trend there that we've seen for the past couple of years. Here's the 2009 Botcon theme, which had the bars on the Autobot symbol, very reminiscent of the Elite Guard, which was the theme. We got an Elite Guard cup out of the deal, taken from the Transformers Animated series. So kind of cool. We're tying back to that. Same logo for 2011 as this one, a little bit thinner, minus the Elite Guard bars. So kind of coming full circle with that, which is kind of cool. All right, so here is Botcon's official webpage at this point, Transformers Botcon 2011. We've got an Autobot logo and a Decepticon logo flying in, and something interesting here. It says the invasion has begun. So I'm interested to see what that's about. Obviously, June 2nd through June 5th, it's in Pasadena, California. Talk about Botcon for a second here. I'm really interested. The invasion's begun. Is it the Decepticons? Because we know at the end of Transformers Animated Season 3, Megatron's Decepticon forces were still on the outskirts, and they were ready to transwarp into Cybertron to take back Cybertron. Optimus Prime ultimately defeats Megatron at the end of the series, captures him along with Shockwave and some of the other Decepticons. All the Autobots return back to Earth, with Megatron and his Decepticons being captured. Starscream is dead. Prowl has sacrificed himself. There are some Decepticons still out there floating about that we met in the show that did not get captured, and of course, like Stryka's team and various other Decepticon forces that they've made mention throughout the series that are still out in the galaxy ready to transwarp into Megatron's plan. Could that be what they're talking about? Because they're talking about Season 3.5. So could it be the Decepticons coming to Cybertron and us getting a war between Autobots and Decepticons on Cybertron? I don't know. I'm kind of interested. What kind of figures are we going to see? I'm sure I would love to see new figures. Lord would love to see a Transformers animated Omega Supreme figure that transforms into the Ark. That would be amazing. I'd also like to see a Perceptor figure. I'd like to see an Alpha Trion figure. There's a few of them there that would be really great to see. Most likely, we won't get original sculpts. Botcon tends to just repaint a figure, which is fine. We've got a lot of good animated figures out there. This would be a great time for the Wasp figure, which is basically a repaint of Bumblebee. Now, I'll get to it on the Ironhide review, but it looked like the pictures I've seen of the Wasp figure for animated is a strict repaint of Bumblebee green, which Wasp had a little bit different face plate. So if they do go that route in the figure set, it'd be nice to have a new head mold on that, which we've seen from time to time with the Botcon sets. So that's not out of the realm of impossible. Another figure I'd love to see would be Slipstream, I believe is her name, the female Starscream clone. She's still out and about in the Transformers animated universe. Maybe a Ghost of Starscream return in this 3.5 season. That would be a cool animated figure to have. I don't know. Maybe an Optimus Magnus figure, since he's got the Matrix and he's come back with a Magnus hammer. What happened to Ultra Magnus? What's going on with him? We don't know what happened with him. Last time we seen him, he was still recuperating from Shockwave's attack. Lots of ideas coming to mind. I'm really interested in what's going on. I'm glad that they're continuing the Transformers animated theme. It was a great show. I'd like to see animated season 3 on DVD. They're only the 2 seasons out right now, and Hasbro, I don't think, is going to make a season 3 at this point. Maybe they will for this. Maybe they'll release it for that. That'd be a nice treat for the fans. They've already got the shows out there. We've got seasons 1 and 2. Give us season 3. So, what do you guys think? Leave your video comments. Post a comment. Visit tfw2005.com for more information. Visit botcon.com to get more information about the convention in Pasadena, California this summer. They're taking hotel reservations. And, all right, Transformers Animated. It's a good deal. Thanks for watching.